orange man of America is calling those people they're evil Muslims. So
That's
when you degrade
the
somebody,
Shia side of the Muslims, and the Sunni is now.
There's also now within the Islamic, of course, there are also those differences. Within Christianity, those differences, and then there's the Christians also attacking the Muslims. Yeah, and also Muslims attacking back the Christians. For example, an entire building burns down. Let's say 15 people have passed on in that fire, and then there was a Bible which never burned. They come and say, you know what? They give some excuse there to say that God was defending his word, right? That you people were unalive to prove that this God is true. You see, and that's such a wicked idea that 15 people, that God killed 15 people to prove the Bible. Do you know even dictionaries don't burn in fires? You know why? The pages are so many and they're tightly packed, so there's no air getting in. There's no air getting in. That's the reason why Bibles don't burn. It's not that there's a special God who's defending his word. Even dictionaries don't burn. And I told him, Mr. Zachokora.
So what are you waiting for? I think I will.
What do you mean chokora? No. Mr. Zachokora. Yeah. For so long as you're renting a house, you're a homeless person.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's once again Wabs here. And as I always promise you, and I keep promising you, I source for the best talent in this country. People with extraordinary intellectual infrastructure. People with extraordinary intellectual alignment. And I'm lucky today to host one lady, a strong lady, called KIKI Havana. I'm delighted and hopeful that we are going to have a very great conversation. Stay tuned. KIKI.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is your home.
Yes.
Kindly just walk us through who KIKI Havana is.
First of all, it's HAVILLAH.
It's HAVILLAH. Oh.
HAVILLAH.
So sorry.
Yes.
So I violated some before.
No worries. No worries. It's not a common name.
Yes.
It's not a common name.
It's KIKI HAVILLAH.
KIKI HAVILLAH.
Yes.
So HAVILLAH.
Yes.
I've been a Christian all my life,
yes.
but only last year decided to cross over into atheism after having studied and searched, gone to Bible colleges and all that.
Yes.
So the name HAVILLAH is from Genesis 2:11, when I was a believer of the Lord Jesus Christ.
So you moved to atheism.
Yes.
So people convert from other religions into atheism. You
deconstruct. You realize once you're searching and searching and searching and trying to have those unlimited questions answered.
You know me, I thought that you don't only believe in the God of the Bible, but you believe in God.
No. Actually, yes. That was a stepping stone into atheism.
Okay.
It was a stepping stone into atheism.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're forced to actually think and ask yourself really tough questions. And in as much as you deconstruct Christianity, what I've observed is many people, somewhere along the way, you get caught up in some type of spirituality. But also in that spirituality, you go around the mountain again.
Okay.
And then the final destination is these things are made up. All these spiritual things, spiritual realms, angels, demons, all that
stories
stuff.
Are jaba kabisa.
Stories are jaba. Zote hizo ni mambo ya mitungo.
So they look like tales.
They're tales. They're fairy tales.
Okay.
Like Moana or like Santa Claus.
Okay.
They're things people believe in, but they don't they're not existing in objective reality.
Okay.
They exist in something nobody can see, nobody can taste, nobody can smell, nobody can measure. How can you be sure? You know. So when say, like, for example, God is a man, how do you know that? How do you know that? Right? How do you know that he said these words? How would you know? How can you tell? So you have to.
But maybe not a man, but somehow a man.
I think we'll discuss that one. We'll get into the discussion. We'll discuss the idea of God being even one being. When you talk of God, people refer to God as the creator. When you talk about a creator,
I just want you to hold that first. Just tell us first of all, KIKI.
Yes.
I just want you to walk us. This is KIKI HAVILLAH. Studied in Mokoroine.
Okay.
And maybe your journey towards where you got until you got here.
Okay. KIKI was born into a Christian home.
Yes.
To Catholic parents.
Yes.
Both were staunch Catholics, but later on, my mother defected from the Catholic Church, and she went into the charismatic, Robosaika, Rebeshedede type of churches. She entered a church called Crisco.
Was that Crisco?
Crisco, it was called Crisco. Back in the 90s. It was a big hit, by the way. And the Apostle Haridas, we used to go for those conventions. Yeah, stadium. We'd go around CG7. It had very many interesting things. Yeah, but the resultant effect was that at home my parents couldn't see eye to eye because of religious differences.
Okay.
Yeah, so we grew up in a very non-friendly environment. Yeah, very non-friendly environment. All kinds of. I grew up watching violence, literally. Watching violence between my parents. So it became a real question for me that I needed to figure that out. Like, why did I have to grow up like this? Why did I have to experience this type of pain? Why couldn't they see eye to eye? Because it seems that each of them believed the other is having a demonic spirit. Yeah, but then again, these are the programmings of religion, teaching each of them that the other religion is the other, and they're both Christians, both of them. Yeah, but one believes the other is demonic, this one believes the other one is demonic. And so we didn't quite have peace at home. So it became a lifetime thing. I wanted to get to the bottom of it, like to understand where did all this come from. Yeah.
Why is this emotional?
Yeah, where is all this stuff coming from? Yeah. And my parents loved each other, by the way. They had 4 kids, 4. We are 4 of us. Who has 4 kids? If they don't love each other, they loved each other. But walikuwa wanapendana. Lakini no religion.
They used to walk while holding hands.
I know, they're not that type. Never. But wangeenda honeymoons, wamedistampia.
But at least they used to embrace each other.
They would, but religion messed up their marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
As in baba alishikilia Katoliki,
mama kashikilia, wote wameshikilia imani kwa nguvu. Wote na wote wana defend. So
because religion is so personal.
Yeah, it's very personal, very personal. Yeah, so for me personally, at the age of 17, okay, after having watched my parents' disagreements, at the age of 17 in high school, I decided, let me become an atheist. Literally, that was my first time entering atheism when I was 17 in high school.
But had you researched enough for that? Huh?
No, at that time, what was basing it on was my experience of the Christians in the high school where I was. It was a Catholic school, yes, but it was also the CU.
Okay.
And so my dad would tell me to go join the Catholics, and my mom was telling me go join the Protestants in the CU. And so when I was in the CU, I did CU for the first year. I was like, okay, this is crazy. It was too much hypocrisy, too much pretense. No, second year, I went to the Catholics. I was like, this is still not working for me. So by third year, I was like, let me just abandon this whole thing. So I became an atheist for 2 years until I was 19. When after high school, there used to be that gap year. So in that gap year is when, because you're idle, between high school and campus, that gap year, I was going to church because that's what people in my age group were doing. Then there was a camp, and my mom learned about it. She paid for it. I went. In that camp, we were pranked, literally. They did it was at night. They turned off the lights, and they came with baruti. But to us, it was machine guns. We thought we were about to be killed or something. So out of that the terrorism of that, because I told them, I'm an atheist. But I told them live. I'm in a Christian youth camp, and I told them I'm an atheist. So they purposed, Kiki, you have to get born again. And no matter what you're convincing me, I was having a fixed position. So they used all the pranking. So out of the terror, they're like, do you know you'd be in hell right now? You'd be screaming with the devil and the demons and so you what? And out of that terror, I went back to Christianity.
As in, how did you scream? Because in Foxhole, there are no atheists. So now, in this particular moment, you are screaming whose name? Is Jesus.
Of course,
Jesus,
of course, you're scared. Again, you've been programmed since childhood. Who do you call on when children call their mom, people call God. It's something that was programmed in you before you even knew yourself.
So ulisikia mtoto wa bunduki kidogo.
Mimi nilikuwa chini ya viti. I was under the chairs. And then they came with a camera to take a video of me. It was embarrassing. But it was, thinking back about it now, I'm like, that was a very crude method because they know that convicting you has failed. They know that telling you about Jesus is not working. Yes. So they come with another way to shock you, to scare you back into the system. And it worked. I was 19. And I became a Christian, and I remained a Christian till actually last year. Last year is when I decided, I'm good. I'm good without this stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So another very interesting part of my journey was when I was 23, when my dad passed away. That's when I was first joined a Christian cult proper. You know, I was dealing with grief management and okay. After my dad died, we didn't go for counseling or anything. Ilikuwa kila mtu jimanage, jua vile utaishi. You know, and me was a daddy's girl proper. So I ended up in a cult, a Christian cult. It was by a Nigerian guy. I'll never forget. He was nasty.
A Christian cult.
Christian cult proper.
Ah.
Yeah, where you're programmed by fear. I remember that time I was having my first job your time, and you go and remove your transport money for the month, everything else left in the bank account, you take
But your
it to
pastor.
the man of God.
But man of God need this money more than you do, okay?
The Lord has said, thus saith the Lord. And I think for me, the common denominator across the board has been that, let me switch this off. The common denominator for me has been that fear of hell, fear of judgment, fear of just fear, the use of fear. And fear is used to paralyze thinking. And so for me, I've come to the point where now it's about thinking and logically engaging with ideas and now coming to a logical conclusion. Yeah.
It's okay. So now as we start, I just want you to tell me about what you know about religion in your studies, in your entire engagement that you've had. Religion, the word religion, how you understand it.
Religion, it's a collective delusion of humanity to help people cope with things that are beyond their knowledge or their understanding. It's something that we make up when you have questions that we don't have answers. You find that there are different kinds of people. There are people who acknowledge that I don't know. And there are people who refuse to accept that I don't know.
Yeah.
So the ones who can admit that I don't know become very honest. And honestly, you end up in atheism, or agnosticism. You end up in like, you don't create a religion. Where because there's a gap, now you have to, there must be a God, there must be a creator. Those must be arguments. I call them must be arguments, where you're forcing reality to conform to a dream that you have about reality. Right? So for example, we talk about creation. Nobody was there. Who was there? Who can say they have a videotape of what happened on that day? Nobody can say that. Nobody knows. But people claim to know that I know there was a God, there was a garden, there was a snake, it was talking. Like, really, come on.
The talking snake.
Yeah, like, come on. Even if you're reading a fictitious book and you see a story there about somebody swallowing a mountain, can you believe that stuff is true? That somebody took a mountain, chewed it, and swallowed it? You can't believe. But somehow we excuse the religious books. About there's Jonah in the belly of a fish. Mara, he was under the ocean for 3 days in the belly of a fish, as if you don't need to breathe. You know, you talk about as flood. There's in fact, even Jesus talked about putting a mountain you command a mountain to jump into the sea.
Yes, through your faith.
By faith.
But you can do that, don't you? Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Mount Kenya tell you to jump to Indian Ocean.
Yes, with the faith.
By faith. You see, now that's a delusion. Yeah, there's no difference between that and a person who escaped Madare Hospital and is just talking things. No, let's be honest.
Kiki, you mean that when I have a lot of faith, I cannot move those mountains?
Mountains don't move. No, let's talk about objective reality. The forces that can move a mountain, for example, is the tectonic plates beneath it, for example, or underneath pushing or something, or an eruption or something like that. But when you talk about a mountain, getting up and walking, what is that? You have a problem. We have a problem. This thing of faith, let me tell you, faith is a justification for delusions. It's just a delusion justified. Yeah, that's what it is. And a delusion is a false belief that refuses to change, no matter how much objective truth is presented that is contrary to what you believe. Yeah. Yes. So somebody wants to believe in something because they need it to be true. That's why you come to the must be arguments. It must be a certain way. There has to be a creator. There has to be a God. There has to be a starting. There has to be this. And you see, that's a person forcing reality to bend. That's crazy. To me, that's crazy. Yeah. So this thing of faith, and people believe in us. I mean, look at Shakahola. Yeah, they believe that if they fasted to the point of going, they will see Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, that is crazy.
Maybe they saw Jesus.
That's a big maybe. That's a very big, you're falling heavy on that maybe. Because maybe also means maybe not. It means you're not sure. Nobody can be sure. Because who has come back from the dead and told us what is beyond there?
That's religion for you.
That's religion for me. It's a
Okay.
collective delusion.
Okay.
Yeah, and also let's talk about maybe the three major religions, basically. The Abrahamic faith, the Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, which all start at the Old Testament. These three have been a major contributor of wars in history. Great wars, great unalignments, because those religions rely on something called the chosen people. We are the
Jews
chosen
now.
people.
Which
Even
are
if
the
not
Jews?
Jews, even the Christians believe they are the chosen of God. Even the Jews, even the Muslims, we are the chosen people of God. You know, and so because again, what really fascinates me is this: they claim that their God created all humanity, the whole world, but at the same time, they say now us we are the more chosen than the others. It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder how is God choosing some and omitting the others? You know, that thing contributed even to slavery. I mean, black people were not considered human beings; we were like animals.
They're not the chosen ones.
They're not white enough because God is white, and so you know, you don't look like our God. You are an animal. Yeah. So religion has been responsible for a lot of atrocities in the world. A lot of wickedness has been done in the name of religion. I mean, even the war that is going on right now. Yeah, you know,
Is that some religious
some religious
backing?
background? Yes. Yeah. When the Orange Man of America is calling those people they're evil Muslims. You know,
So
when you degrade
that's
somebody,
the Shia side of the Muslims, and the Sunnis now.
There's also now within the Islamic, of course, there are also those differences. Within Christianity, are those differences, and then there's the Christians also attacking the Muslims. Yeah, and also Muslims attacking back the Christians, and so all these things.
So
And
in the war,
in
in the Iran, whatever conflict that's happening in the Middle East,
Yeah.
most of it, maybe the Christians are feeling like Israelis are serving a religious purpose, and that is divine. They're supposed to continue doing whatever they're doing.
all of
That's
them have
the
this
common
belief that that they're supposed to dominate the world. It's a race towards dominion, right? Because the reason for Americans to attack the Iranians is because they want to have a monopoly on nuclear weapons. They want that monopoly, right? They don't want the others to have, because ours, we are the ones who are anointed by God for this stuff. We are the world dominate. The idea of dominion. You've watched those cartoon movies. When you've seen somebody, a villain who just wants to have world dominion. I will have all power, will be mine. You know, it's the same thing. It's that it's hiding under the mask of religion. Yeah, it's just people hiding behind religion.
But for this Iranian war, I'm looking at it differently, because if at all Iranian leaders themselves, they're led by a Shia cleric that maybe are not guided by logic. It's out of that religious ideology, and with the kind of Iran we are seeing today is a weak Iran, suffered under sanctions. They've been bombarded before even this time. They'd already been bombarded. Some of the generals, like Soleimani, had already been killed. But look at the way they're giving them a run for their money. Such a person accessing nuclear weapon and is led by an ideology, which means they can wake up in the morning and say that KIKI, HAVILLAH need to go. No logic attached to it.
The
Don't
thing
you
you're
think
not
that
seeing
war
is
might be
this.
justified?
Another thing which religion does is that it uses labels. What you described is the fear of the Iranians waking up one day with nuclear weapons and destroying others. Why don't you have the same fear for the Christians having nuclear weapons?
First of all, I'm looking at it this way, is that the Iranians have already chanted that they want Israeli wiped off the map.
No. Again, I think we'll not get deep into that war because there's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of misrepresentations of reality on both sides.
On both sides.
On both sides.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, my angle at this is religion. The power of religion.
Yes.
Yeah. Because why would you want to extinguish another people?
Another society.
Yeah. And similarly, I'll also ask the Christians the same question. Why would you want to extinguish the Muslims?
Yeah.
Why would you want to extinguish the Jews?
The world is big
I
enough.
mean, the world is big. There's enough space for all of us.
Yeah.
Where do we have, again, it's the power of religion. It's that delusion, that self-delusion of I'm awesome, I'm better than others. Others don't have existence. Only mine is mine is superior. That is a delusion right there.
Yeah. Instead of people just tolerating each other and sharing
all that goes back to religion.
Yeah. So I want us to talk about the Bible.
Okay.
The holy book of God.
The holy one. Yeah.
Yes.
The Bible is a very, very wicked book. Wicked. Yes. Wicked.
You can say that again?
Wicked. It's an evil book.
You want to say it again?
Evil and wicked book. A very dangerous book.
Okay.
Let me even start at the New Testament, where it is said Jesus actually himself died for your sin. You know what that does? When somebody is wicked, has gone off and done wickedness. Let's say, for example, I come to you. I've decided I want to come to your bank account, steal all your money. I come, I destroy your wife and your children. And later on, when you come to ask me why I've done that, I tell you, Jesus forgave me. Yeah, excuse you. I've been pardoned by the blood. I've been washed new. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I'm born again. Where does that leave you? The idea of forgiveness by somebody you've never met, by somebody who is a legend of 2,000 years ago, the idea that that person can take responsibility for your wrongdoing today, that is very wicked. Very wicked. And honestly, if you look at our colonization, how the colonizers came together with the missionaries, they were working together in tandem, right? Right now, we cannot even ask them because, well, they are Christians. They've been saved by the blood. They've been redeemed by the blood. Yeah? And at that time, they've gone off with all the wealth. They've gone off with minerals. They've gone off with resources. They've unalived our people. But you cannot ask for anything in return because this concept of forgiveness stands. Forgive until love your enemies. Love those, if you slapped, give the other cheek. What is that? Right? I honestly believe that whatever wickedness you project out to the world should be packaged neatly and sent back to you. Yeah.
An eye for an eye.
Yes. If you want to receive respect, give respect. If you want to receive love, give love. If you want to receive peace, give peace. But if you want violence, give violence. Right? But this concept of Jesus gives people a scapegoat. Yeah, because you can do all kinds of. Look at Kamlesh Patni, for example. After the Golden Bag scandal, the guy became a preacher. The word of the Lord. The word of the Lord.
He used to give bread in his church.
I'm telling you, and shortly after, see, last year, the guy went to Zambia.
Yes,
and they're doing another Golden Bag scandal in that Zambia. Yeah. So this thing, it gives criminals an escape. It gives criminals, and then another thing, it's also used for money. Because the Bible sets it up that there are shepherds and there are sheep. Yeah,
some multi-billion industry.
Somebody's shepherd and you are condo. Your job is to give the shepherd money. He can shave you because he's the shepherd. Shepherd akiwa na njaa anakuja anashika kondo moja anakula. And that thing also applies in terms of how people bibi yako. Your wife can be eaten by your pastor because she is kondo and he's shepherd. Yes. That is the Bible. That is the Bible.
Now, that will be adultery, and that's the Bible.
Of course. Okay, let me even. Oh, it's good. You've gone there. Let's go there. 10 commandments. The God who gave those commandments, himself, he broke them. Himself, he broke them.
How?
Himself, he broke them. Okay, let us start at that one for adultery. Mary, was she not somebody's wife? No. Your God impregnated somebody's wife.
But you see, the impregnated and getting pregnant, maybe those.
No, Joseph didn't give his consent to that. You'd think that if God wanted to do that, it would have involved Joseph up front. But Mary was already pregnant when Joseph is finding out about it.
He was just informed.
He was informed actually by a dream. Not even at an angel appearing. He was informed by a dream. Mary had an angel talking to her, but Joseph got a dream. That's all he got. Yeah, hakuna pole, hakuna hiyo boni yangu. Kubali Jose. Jose is my baby. You take care of my baby. Yeah, Jose. So, 10 commandments. Do not commit adultery. That is one. Thou shalt not kill. Or thou shalt not murder. The next minute, after giving those commandments, God sends the same Israel to Jericho to go and kill everything, including the dogs, the cats, the chicken, the pig, everything. Thou shalt not kill, but he sends you to go kill.
Okay.
That's ironic because, again, it's the same reason why you've heard of the Crusades, right? The Roman Empire, how they did crusades. They would go, you accept Jesus or you are killed. It's the same thing. They believe that there are classes of killing. That killing is bad, except when God has sent me to go and do it. Yeah. So you're finding
Pablo Escobar used to say, the money or the money or the lead. Pablo Escobar, get them. You take the bribe, or you take the bullet.
So it's crazy. Okay. Another commandment is what? Thou shalt not steal. The temple treasury of God's tabernacle, the gold that was there was stolen from Jericho. They stole all the gold of the land. And there was a guy called Achan who tried to steal some gold from God. He was unalived with his children, and they were buried for stealing from God. But God himself had sent this nation to go and steal the gold of Jericho for his tabernacle. So does God have does the God of the Bible have moral authority to teach anyone morality? I disagree. The example he set was very wicked. I mean, even the whole world was unalived by him at some point, by flooding. And I also wonder, they say that this God is omnipotent, all-powerful. What do you mean all-powerful? Why does he need to have the Israelis to go do his killing? Why don't he just unalive them himself? I mean, if God has power to make your heart stop beating right now, why does he have to send somebody to come and unalive you? See, he does it himself. Why send these ones to go with having the trauma of having seen blood and, and the traumatic disorders that come after people have gone to war? Why deal with that instead of him just doing it himself? There's a lot of contradictions with this God of the Bible. Speaking also of the Bible, I can't continue without having said this. What the Bible does by design, it holds two contradicting positions simultaneously and holds both of these positions as true. If you look at Genesis 1 and 2, for example, Genesis 1 tells you that men and women are equals, created on the same day, to have the same power, the same dominion. But Genesis 2 comes and tells you, woman was created as a byproduct of the man. She did not come from the soil. She came as helper to come to submit to you, to be less. Genesis 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah, they contradict. Between Genesis 1 and 2, there's a lot of contradictions. A lot of contradictions. And that's what the Bible does throughout the book. It will give you two opposing positions, one very evil and one very admirable and good. And it will hold these two things together at the same time. And so that's why you're seeing all the denominations. We have 46,000 denominations of the Christian faith. They can't agree on even who God is. They can't agree on, is it Trinity? Is it one God? Is it three gods as one? One God as three? One God in three modes? They can't agree on that.
But they all agree on who Satan.
They all believe on their own interpretations.
But they all agree who Satan is.
Do they?
I thought so.
No, there's a new movement coming up with these interdenominational churches, which are realizing the use of fear and terror is not working. So they come more towards God and say, no, that one is just symbolic, it's just symbolic of eternal separation from God. So there are many denominations when it comes to Satan, to God, even Jesus. They can't even agree on if Jesus is God. Is Jesus God or the Son of God? The Bible presents both.
He's God and he is the Son of God.
Now that's another problem. It's like saying one is three.
Yeah, that's the mystery of the Trinity.
Now that's a thing now. Mystery. I like that word, mystery.
You can't know.
You can't know. The only way is to believe. And you know the difference between knowing and believing, right? Yeah, believing is, in fact, the word believe has the word lie right in the middle of it. Believe is to accept something as true without evidence. But when you know, I know this table is white. I know this mic cover here is red. I know. I can see it, I can measure it, I can observe it, I can conclude. But I can't say I believe that this is red. What do you mean I believe? You know or you don't know?
Yes.
Yeah. So these things, you have to know them by faith. That's why they say without faith it is impossible to please God. You have to know him by faith, by believing, by accepting a lie. Believing is to put yourself in a place where you can be lied to, where you can accept anything as true, anything.